Hey everybody, what is up? It's your friends Corey Camp and Kyle Howard and Brian McGill back at you with another What's Up Wednesday. We got a lot to talk about today. We got some feature updates. We got some events coming up. We have some things going on in the Civic community. We're here to keep you in tune and help you count down to Christmas. Come on, Christmas, baby. Woo! Christmas break coming to a day off near you. Corey, Kyle,
I don't know what I'm more excited about, Christmas or a New Year. Like, I'm not quite sure.
So, Corey, we've had a lot going on in terms of our development team. Some new features, just little tweaks. Just the growth mindset always playing out in our platform, and Kyle also some sessions. Corey, why don't you kind of start with some of the updates we got cooking?
Okay, yeah. So one of the things that I'm super excited about, because I've been using this feature a lot, especially with my virtual coaching cohort. I'm working with about 40 coaches right now and some teachers as well in cohorts. And I'm using goals as a way to help everyone kind of stay on top of their learning. There's a lot of asynchronous things that we're doing together before we come together in our weekly or bi-weekly cohort sessions. And so some of these things are must-do items, so they can be prepared with the cohort. Other things are kind of deeper dives, the may-do items within that. And so I've set deadlines I'm using goals, so it gives those automatic reminders to all of my folks that, hey, there's, we're going to be doing this or talking about this. You've got 7 days to try to get this done. There's one more day left to get this done. But if they don't get it done because they've got full-time jobs they're also running in addition to the professional learning that we're doing, I want them to be able to complete things asynchronously after the fact. And so one of my favorite new features, an update to our goals, is that you can now complete action items and goals after the due date. In the past, prior to this week, if a deadline passed, the goal owner or creator needed to edit that and extend that deadline manually. Well, now if the deadline passes, that's fine. You can still mark it as complete, but there is like a color code, which is really helpful for me because as I'm designing and refining my cohort professional learning model, I want to know when maybe I stacked a week a little too heavy for my coaches. And so the next round, I'm going to think about how I, space and pace everything out. So I love this new feature. So now I can quickly see what things are in progress, who's kind of stuck at an incomplete, who's completed things, everything on time, and who has completed things just a little past that deadline, but they're still getting it done. So this is one of my favorite new features of ours. Brian,
and it's also one of my new favorite features because that means I can actually complete my tasks when I feel like it. So
I was going to say it allows you to still keep track, but allows us to still finish the race, just because if it, like you said, your plate may have been stacked up a little bit too much, but then that deadline comes. But like I said, it still allows you to finish the race and mark that complete, but still keep track of that to see where you're able to work on. So we love this new feature. I was talking to another instructional coach the other day who was really excited about adding this new feature to really help track and manage her team as well.
Yeah, and we use these internally. I mean, what you're kind of seeing here on the image is our own real life internal use of goals. And Ivan and I had a PD goal together, and we talked yesterday. We're a little bit behind, but we're still going to keep forging forward on our joint goal together. And so it says incomplete now, but that puppy is going to be complete by the end of the month, and it's going to be yellow because we did it after the fact, but that's life. So yeah, I love this feature. Another new feature, I need to turn my camera off here in our live stream to show you this, is the ability to share your screen when you go live in a huddle. So if you didn't know this, you should, but if you don't know this, you have the ability all of our premium subscribers can go live inside their huddle spaces. Now, huddles inside SIBME are the shared spaces. They're either a space designated to coach or support someone or get coached, or they are collaborative, kind of flat spaces for 2 or more individuals to be able to kind of come together. And we have the ability to go live. So here I'm able to choose live stream, and I can go live to Jenny in our huddle together. And now, while I'm going live, if I want to share my screen, I can share my screen. And so I get the option, you don't see this on your side, but I have the option to share very specific things. I chose to share my Chrome tab so I can go through my slide deck as I'm going live. When I'm done, I can stop screen sharing. Here I am, stop my streaming. I'm able to share my screen. So I think this is a really awesome tool. I go live a lot in my huddles. And so now I'm going to be able to do that screen sharing inside the huddle. It's pretty amazing.
You're like a little Houdini there, Corey.
That's right.
She's gonna pull a rat. She's gonna pull a rabbit out of her hat next. So that's a really great feature. I think that's going to be very useful. Instead of checking into your Google Hangouts or your Microsoft Teams rooms or Zoom rooms, your teachers are going to be able to begin a live stream from their class. That you'll be able to just go and do that observation right there in the SIBME app, saving you time and helping them kind of control the process. So there we go, taking it to another level in this new environment of learning. Okay, what do we got next, Kyle?
Oh, well, looks like we have the new teacher induction roundtable coming up here with our COO TJ Hoffman put together. We had HISD, Pasadena, North Carolina, new teachers. So we had a lot of folks there that's going to be available. It really discussing some new, really great things of how they're integrating, really adapting to this time and with introducing those new teachers. And some of them have never stepped foot in a classroom, going strictly into their new online learning, right? So some different scary times now, but how are these districts, how are these classrooms, how are these teachers adapting? And definitely some great conversation there that's going to be available.
Yeah. If you missed it, so we had this yesterday with everybody, and I wasn't able to attend. I had other meetings, but I can't wait to go back and watch it on demand because that conversation was recorded. But if you missed this roundtable, this is a specific event for our SIBME subscribers who are using SIBME to support new teachers, whether that's a formal induction program or you've got some new teacher mentors who are using this on your campus for that purpose. If you're interested in getting your mentors, your coordinators, or just yourself into this space, let us know. We'll put in the comments below the link to the sign up form. This community roundtable will continue to meet live every once in a while. And so you guys can have live conversations about just what's going on in the world of new teacher induction, especially in this crazy pandemic time. Some of them did share a little bit of how they're using SIBME as a specific solution, but this is not SIBME focused necessarily. It really is just about you being able to share your practice. So check out in the comments below the how to sign up for access to that huddle. So we base all of our roundtables in our Better Together conference account, so you all have access and connections to each other.
And you guys don't need to be worried about these guys. They're not knights or anything like that, but they are pretty sharp folks. These guys, you got to be in the club to be part of the club. So if you want to connect with the folks on this roundtable, go ahead, click the link, be a part of the community, and we look to see you in the chat. Okay, all right. Next up, I think we've got some really exciting virtual conferences coming up. Mark your calendars. for the Learning Forward Conference, December 6th through the 8th, and then the National ESEA Conference, February 8th through the 11th. Two great conferences, really respected in our industry. We've got the CIBI community out in force. Different use cases, though. Number 2201 in your Learning Forward playbook, but number one in your heart, Kelly Schooler and Kathy Perrette will be talking about the power of virtual coaching. This is a really cutting edge service that we offer here. If your district is looking for coaches, what does that mean to hire CIBI virtual coaching? What can that do for users? The superintendent of Perry Local School District and one of the very first utilizers of CIBI virtual coaching, Kelly Schooler, will be talking about that with a CIBI virtual coach, Kathy Perrette. And you know Kathy, she always does it right. So go ahead, tune into session number 2201 on Tuesday, December 8th, if you're attending the Learning Forward Conference. And then if you are looking at, if you're a Title I school or a Title I district, and you've got some folks looking at next generation practices for this generation, you need to tune in to Connecting Instructional Frameworks and Focus Walks to support your vision on Monday, February 8th at the National ESEA Conference. My friends, Dr. Vaughn and Stephanie Golden will be doing a workshop from 2:45 to 4:15 at the conference. This was essentially at the top of the list for that particular time slot. So this is going to be something really relevant to your folks. And then pretty similar, a little shorter lecture will be with Dr. Bolden of Fort Bend ISD, Building a Culture of Teacher Leadership to Impact Student Achievement. Now, I think these are both great opportunities. Obviously, if you can't attend one, you can attend the other. But you're going to walk away with a better perspective on how, Title I turnaround strategy, building teacher leadership, and connecting, conversations around teaching and learning to your instructional framework. Kyle, you got anything I missed out on? Because you know these folks too.
Well, definitely. Well, you mentioned that the Title I focus, and actually with Dr. Bolden building a culture of teacher leadership, out of about 100 plus sessions from that conference, Brian and Corey, out of 8,
Absolutely.
she was selected out of Title I focus sessions. So make sure you stay tuned to that. She's also going to be speaking at ASCD as well, and also looking to speak at TAPSY and having a conference later on this year as well. So we definitely have some great things in the works from our CIBI community. We're always looking to grow and spread the knowledge and spread the word of some great things that are happening, but also how you can maximize those things on your campus if you're ever thinking about adapting some of our practices as well.
Well, and something that these sessions I don't think talk about a little bit about is how they adapted to changes from COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these accounts were especially active this semester. So them being able to bring that perspective to their use cases and their essentially their strategies with CIBI through COVID-19. Making that available to you all in February. If you attended their session, at the Better Together conference in July, you're going to get the latest version of this, and it's relevant to this school year. So don't forget to tune in to the National ESEA conference. And I think that if you can't attend that in person, the workshop sessions will be available for a small fee through their website. The ESEA conference does a really great job. Corey, you're also a CIBI virtual coach. This just to throw in here, the Learning Forward conference. What's your pitch for to attend this one? What would you think that if you're an attending, what should you be looking for?
Yeah, we've had a lot of people reach out to us about virtual coaching because we do it so well and have been way, way before pandemic and virtual or e-coaching has been on any district's minds necessarily. And so I love when we get the opportunity for Allison Burnett and her team to be able to share a little bit of that secret sauce with others so they can be successful with it. I think this, the looking at the differences because there are some really fundamental differences. They may seem like nuances, but there are some really powerful things that when we are able to maximize technology and time and space, we find that virtual coaching is actually much more efficient and impactful than our traditional forms of face-to-face coaching. So many people we've been talking with about virtual coaching, or those who are in my cohort, I mean, this is not just something that they need to know for right now skills. These are skills that are going to transform their practice forever. So this is a really, really powerful session. Kathy and I have chatted a little bit about some of the resources and things that she'll be sharing, and I think it's going to be a great one. So if you are attending Learning Forward, definitely put this one on your schedule to view. And these are some amazing conferences. What I love about our Sydney community is we have leaders who are really transforming the face of not just professional learning, but learning for all of their students, all of their learners in their building, from the youngest to the oldest learners. And so these sessions are just an example of how we've got true leaders at every level within our community, our Sydney family. And whether they're talking about Sydney specifically, most of these sessions, it's not a pitch for Sydney. It's really just about how they are transforming things. And Sydney is just a small piece of what they're doing. So great.
You actually don't have to be a Sydney subscriber to appreciate and, attend implementation of any of these ideas, but it does help.
It certainly does. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
It's like the difference between having a really nice KitchenAid power mixer in your baking kitchen. Kyle can appreciate this. And then just like a hand whisk. Right? There's a difference. So yeah, definitely. Well, while we're talking about saving the dates, I am super excited for my Coach Replay show. Y'all, we have a special guest coming on the 18th. So in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't even know anymore. It's December already, and I can't believe that. But Steve Barkley is joining us, and I'm really excited for our conversation. I follow him and his blogs and his podcast. He was one of our keynote speakers at last year's Better Together, or this year's first Better Together Summit. And he's been talking a lot lately to where my heart kind of is in my background in psychology about fear and growth and change, and just how do we support teachers in these challenging times, but still keep a high caliber of instructional practices going? How do we make sure that they're supported and they don't burn out, but that we are constantly growing? And so that's what we're going to be talking about as we round out this 2020 year, that we don't ever want to look back and mention again. As we round this out and we look at spring semester, coming back from winter break, teachers will be hopefully renewed, have some re-energized a little bit. And so how do we really, if the first semester has been something that has weighed them down, how can we keep that, maximize on that regeneration of their spirits in the spring semester and really make sure that we finish strong? And so I can't wait for this conversation with him on the 18th. Check it out. We've got an event set up on our Facebook, and you can get updates around not just this episode, but all of our episodes if you follow us on Facebook and Twitter and all the places where we are. You can follow us, but you can definitely confirm your attendance by signing up at the Facebook event. And we will put the link out a week before. So can't wait for this one.
Don't forget to do what the cool kids do. Like us and follow us on Facebook, and tune in to Steve Barkley, December 18th. Okay. All right. Next up is that oh,
it's it. This is it.
Guys, we're back. the Sydney Better Together Summit rides again. Last year, 1,300 folks attended this conference live. We're working on our keynote presenters as we speak, so we'll stay tuned to the What's Up Wednesday show by liking and following us on social media. But we will be announcing keynotes in very early in second semester and providing the channels in which to submit your breakout sessions. We want to give you the link to register for this upcoming year's Better Together Summit. We have decided to keep the Jenga block logo going because I think that represents the best of what I think it means to be a SIBI community member, constantly balancing and organizing and constantly building. I think is definitely kind of the tune. This picture is definitely worth 1,000 words, so I'll just stop there. So don't forget, June 20th and June 21st will be the Sydney Better Together Summit. 1,300 people attended live. Over 3,000 people attended this conference asynchronously. This is the free virtual conference that's high quality that you do not want to miss as part of your summer break. Corey, Kyle, you guys got anything you'd like to add, in terms of what you heard?
I was going to say that Better Together Summit, it was such a great event, last year. And not only just on that particular days, moving forward for folks to go back and reference and still keep that communication, still keep that knowledge, and even spreading that throughout, bringing that back to their campus or their district to share some of that knowledge that was available through our Better Together conference. So we're excited about this next upcoming year with 2021 with definitely some new ways, some new thoughts of innovating in ways in the districts and education. So Corey, if you want to add to that.
Yeah, I want to emphasize that this is a conference for leaders, no matter where you are leading from, whether that's from a classroom or from a central office or a regional center, a state center. This is all about transforming professional learning. Here at SIBME, we are educators, and we know the importance of meaningful, transformative professional learning experiences. And so we try to emulate that in our conference, the way we've got everything structured. It's available on demand and live. Those groups are still going. We still have people registering for some of the key sessions that they missed and wanted to attend, or they're just now hearing about. So, but if you are looking at doing things differently within your professional learning, or finding new ways to do things, this is definitely a conference for you. So I can't wait. There are so many good conferences. I think I'm most excited about the Reflection Cast, because that was really exciting to get to be a part of last year, and a great way just to kind of recap the days. But there are so many good elements between our virtual breakout sessions and the live sessions. And so more to come about this. But if you are interested, you can definitely save the date right now, and we'll be sharing information. Call for proposals. We'll get that out to you. We'll be releasing our keynotes soon. So definitely don't miss this event. It's going to be a good one.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I think that was our last announcement, Corey. Is that correct?
Yeah, it definitely was. So be sure to like, follow, subscribe to us and your favorite social media platform, so you don't miss out on any of either the new updates if you are a SIBME subscriber, or all of the amazing professional learning experiences that we have. Don't forget, every Friday we've got the Coach Replay show. It's all free, of course. So great little micro learning opportunities for you each week to gain from some of our expert coaches. So join us there.
All right, everybody. We'll see you out there.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.